500.
That's what we wanted to hear. Recording in progress.
Hi there. Welcome to Live from Your Heart. I'm Ann Roman, and Tia Mignon is with me today. And we are talking about TaTa Thursday. We started a conversation for TaTa Tuesday a couple weeks ago, and we're continuing that today. So I hope everybody's doing well. We have a few things lined up. I picked a card. I don't usually do this, but I picked a card today for just picked a card for the overwhelmed being. It's been a really weird day. So we had a power outage, and there was like somebody walking around with a gun in town. The kids were in lockdown. It was just like one of those crazy days. So I thought I'd pick a card, and we've done that today. And we're going to talk about TaTa and what else do we have going, Tia? Do you have anything you want to add to that?
Well, we definitely have some updates, and I think how we're going to roll out is you pick a card, I'll pick a card. You can tell me what that means. And then we'll roll into some updates from our last session and move on to future proceedings.
Righty. So I did pick a card, and I got the Ace of Pentacles, which is a wonderful, wonderful card to get. It is about new beginning. Aces are always about new beginnings. It could be, cup could be with love, and you have work and you have money. And pentacles are usually about the physical or the ability to make money or have some rewards for something that you've done. But I believe that this is a very good card. I'm going to put it right there. See it? It looks blurry on my part.
Yep. I think you're going too fast for your lovely camera.
Okay. Well, I'm trying. I'm on an iPad, so it's in a weird place.
Yeah.
Can't really see it, but it's a really lovely card to get. The sun is shining, and I think, we're coming up on the summer solstice. So I think this is a really good beginning card. And we're just, we're ending May. We're going into June. We're going into that 3-month summertime. And I felt that this was a really good card. So it's bringing a lot of goodness to people. I like that card very much.
And here's the one I chose. Look.
And what is that one?
Oh, you can't see it.
That? I cannot see. Oh, what is it called?
It's a trump card. Let's see. Yeah, it's all these background blurs. So it is the Aeon. Was that 2020 Trump? That doesn't make sense. Is that it?
2020 Trump. We don't want to say that too well.
No, it says Trump's underneath here. See that down there?
It's a Trump card.
Yeah, and then there's the 2 X's up here.
But it's an unusual deck. What do you know the name of that deck?
Yes. It's an Aleister Crowley deck.
Oh, nice.
It's old. I've had this since the 80s.
And what's the card? The Trump card?
Yeah.
So when something else, like in Pinochle, when you trump something, it's usually a good thing. And it's like you take over whatever was there. It's like it's on top of it. It supersedes what was underneath it. Does that make sense?
Like, not quite getting on my noggin yet.
Okay. So you tell me what do you get on the card?
I don't know. I mean, I just kind of read the meaning and kind of go through it.
What's the meaning of that card?
Well, we'll just have to look on a little Googler, huh?
Well, my card is new beginnings, contentment, physical strength. And I think it's a perfect card for the end of May to go into June. I think we have a lot of things. We've had a lot of planetary movement, which I'll get into later, but we've had a lot of planetary movement that's making way for new things to happen for people, and getting rid of the old and being more content in your lifestyle. And I think this is a good thing. I don't always do cards in my readings. I can, and I've written about cards, but I do more of a natural, just go into it and see what I get. Some people like cards, and I'll always let them pick one, but That's where I'm at with cards. But I
Well, I
think,
found a pretty good meaning on this one. So,
yeah, I bet. Let's hear it.
yeah. Says the tarot card number XX, often
Oh, that's
referred
20.
to.
Oh, okay. So that's the world. And the world has all the elements. It's one of the best cards you can pick.
Awesome. So often
Yeah.
referred to as the sun, symbolizes triumph, optimism, and enlightenment. It represents success, happiness, and a period where the truth is revealed, leading to a fulfillment and a positive outlook on the future. When
We both
reversed, yeah, we
well,
don't have to read the reverse, but
no, we don't need to do reverse. Get the damn reverse.
did that give you a little more info there, Anne?
Huh?
Did that give you a little more info?
Well, I think that it's very similar to what I picked.
It's wild, isn't it?
Yeah,
Because
I got you got the major arcana, I got the minor, the lower arcana. So I got a very good card and it matches pretty much what you were saying, which is really interesting.
well, it's a good thing for both of us because, if you watched our first episode, you heard that I went in for a biopsy, and from that biopsy, I do have cancer in my right breast. Um, it's I'm not afraid. It's not a fear factor. It's not a negative to me at all. It's just part of my journey and where I need to go. So hence the lovely background here with Miss
Which I
Andrew.
love. I love the well, I was Rosie in the parade once, so I really love Rosie. But
Mhm.
I love I have to say the finger because that's pretty much that's the mindset that you get into is like, enough.
It's a lot because it's not just the cancer that you're dealing with. You're dealing with
Oh,
everybody else's concern and care and all that, which is lovely. But when you have a bunch of people doing that, it's exhausting. And
and they're
having to
short.
explain, what it is and what's going on and what the next steps are. I'll have surgery on the 18th of June. So it's moving rather quickly. I'm very thankful for the cancer team at Kaiser. Couldn't be more happy with them. They've all been lovely.
I agree with you. I had a fantastic team, fantastic.
And that was Kaiser as well, right?
Kaiser Santa Clara, and I still do. I'm still in treatment. And they did everything. I mean, they did everything that needed to happen. They were very informative, very loving. I just felt a lot of support. I still have a lot of support, and I think that you're in really good hands. I would just can say one thing because we are broadcasting this, and the one thing is people love to tell their stories, and I'm probably guilty of that. I've only tried to help you through my own experience, but I cannot believe how many people come up with these cancer stories. And my aunt's neighbor, and then she had it, and she, oh yeah, well, she died. And it's like, I don't want to hear it. And I've had to tell people, I'm done talking about this. I don't want to hear it anymore
Yeah.
because I stay in a positive frame of mind. I am not done yet. I'm not in remission. I'm in treatment. They
Hmm.
got everything. They're giving me everything that I need to do. But I need to hear positive. I don't want to hear those horrible stories about people that, were really, really heroes and they were trying so hard. You have to stay in the positive frame of mind. And I'm just cautioning you that people
Yeah.
always want to tell their stories and it's okay to say, okay, I'm done with that. Enough.
I think there's a time and a place for all that.
Yeah,
And I truly believe that each person's journey is their own. You don't know
absolutely.
how you're going to react, how the people around you are going to react, and who's going to be supportive and who's not, and who's going to be with you on the journey, and the ones that just get skipped to the side. So it's
Well,
not something I'm announcing to the world in a way that I'm like, hey, look at me, I need attention. None of that. But the
mhm.
people that I care about know. And that's all I need right now.
And thank you for sharing
Yeah.
with me.
Well, and then
Uh,
everybody here, of course. So
right,
I can't wait till we go live and we can take questions while we're in
right.
process here. So bear with us while we practice. And
You're in really good hands
mhm.
and you will get through it. And you'll have those days where you go, the heck am I dealing with? And and I say that because I tried to be, for myself, I try to just dive into it, deal with it, and then keep going. And it's like I had a scare a few weeks ago, and it was like you it really put me in the reality of what I'm dealing with.
Yeah.
Because I was like, maybe I don't want to take this medicine anymore. And it was like I had this little voice come to me and say, do you know how serious this is? Stop it. I try to be, cavalier about it and make jokes and say tits up and all that. But the fact of the matter is, you're dealing with something that you're not alone.
Right.
And you mentioned something about your surgeon said she does how many of these a week?
Oh my gosh.
Which
It's frightening how many.
And why
My
is
partner was with me in the meeting, and he asked, well, is this all you do? And how many surgeries have you done? And she's like, yes, I only perform surgeries on boobies. And she does 5 a day, 3 times a week, throughout the month. So do the math and figure that one out. Why does one surgeon have that many breast surgeries?
I want to know. Why is that happening?
What is going on in our world that we all are being affected by this? And we have a couple of theories. One, they just didn't see what they see now. I mean, for mine, I want to really encourage women out there to stay on those routine mammograms. I would not have known that I had breast cancer had I not had a mammogram. It was so small and it's ductal, so it's encased in the milk duct. There's no way I would have found it on a self-exam. So it's very important to get your mammograms going on, girls.
Yeah, and don't be afraid. I mean,
No.
know than not know, because if you don't pay attention, it could be way beyond anything that they could help you with, or it may be worse to deal with than, had you kept up on the mammograms.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is true, but we should move on to a little storytelling because, you're all here for not just boob alerts, but we need to know a little bit more about where Anne comes from in her journey as a psychic. If you didn't know, you should know. And if you haven't had time with her, you should book it. And I'll let her tell us how she discovered that she had a gift.
Well, that's very nice of you to bring that up. Thank you. Well, I knew from the time I was a small child that I was kind of different. I knew too much about things I know nothing about as a little kid. But it was probably around, I was always interested in cards. My Nana taught me how to read playing cards, and tea leaves, always read tea leaves. And I'm English, so we had tea every day with leaves, and I always read the tea leaves. And I was really interested in astrology when I was around junior high age, when Linda Goodman's book came out. But I always read the horoscope from the time I was reading. I mean, it was right there with the comics, and I would read Sydney Omar's astrology. So I was always interested in these things. And my father always noticed that about me. Don't show Anne that. She'll be all over it if there was something like a teacup that had all the, tea leaf reading stuff on it. But I was always interested. And then when I was about 14, 14, maybe 15, around that time, somebody came to me that I did not know. He passed away, and I don't mention his name. He was a famous person, and he came to me and shared things with me that I had no way of knowing. And I would, research these things and find out, what they were. And he's been with me, since then.
Nice.
But when I first started doing it, I would do cards, regular playing cards with friends. I never did a tarot deck till I was in my 30s, which was, a while ago. I would do cards for friends. And then I would do, things that were like, I remember I think it was my junior year in high school, my teacher my English teacher, he was doing a test with everybody's intuition. And he'd hold up a card and he'd say, okay, what is this one? And I got them all right. If I didn't know the number, I got the suit. If it was a face card, if it was a queen or a king or a jack, I got that. And he said, whoa, do you know this about yourself? And I was like, yeah, because nobody wants to know that. But I never started telling anybody that I did medium stuff because it sounds so schizophrenic. And I never wanted anybody to know about it. And then a friend encouraged me, and you got to let people know that you could do this. And I started doing it professionally, and I just haven't stopped. And it changes with age. It gets bigger and better. And I feel like my work is cathartic and it helps people. But I also am a psychic. I do psychic stuff, and then I do medium stuff. Not all mediums are psychics. Not all psychics are mediums.
Yeah, well, for some people out there, what is the difference between a medium and a psychic?
Well, a psychic is able to see into the future, talk about what's going on with you, do cards, get that intuition going. A medium is able to commune with the other side.
Now, is there a trick question that we can ask if we're going to, ABC fortune teller on the third floor of a walk-up that we've been in Santa Cruz on the boardwalk? And, is there something that we can go, hey, do you know what pink elephants are? And they're supposed to answer a certain way.
Well, I think if they're doing it out in public like that, I think that they do know what they're doing, or they have some validity. And I'm not going to put anybody down. But I think, you could walk down Telegraph Avenue in Berkeley and have a really good reading. I mean, they're out there where you may not ever find them again. Yeah. It's a different life things going on in that area, but everybody's different, and everybody has some ability. Everybody does, and mine is just more than others. And as I get older, it changes. Like after my father passed away, I started seeing something. If somebody died, I get this thing, something comes to me and I go, oh, I wonder who it is now. And I know somebody I know has passed, or I'm going to hear about it. And that has happened a lot. Wow. So it evolves with me. I had an interesting experience with Rose Marcellus. She has a class, and she teaches people getting in touch with your spirituality and intuition, and helps understand what things are about. And she asked me if she could try out a new meditation. And I said, of course, I would love it. So we did it. And it was meet your family members. And it was such a great meditation. It was so fast that I know this sounds really weird. I saw a hand come through the veil and hold on to my wrist. It has not left me. It was just mind blowing. I had 4 family members come to me, but the original was I could see her coming through the veil and holding on to me with comfort.
Oh, wow.
And that was mind blowing. I thought that was so powerful. It's hard to explain. And it was my great grandmother, who I never knew. And I saw her hand on mine, and she just held me, and it was very comforting. So I'm open to all that. When I do readings for people, I love it when I get, somebody sends me a note and says, you helped me so much. I always feel better after I see you, or when I talk to you, or you were at an event the other day and I saw you. You just helped me so much. And I feel like that is worth it to me. That's worth what I do.
That's amazing.
So thank you. I hope that was a long explanation.
Well, that's a good lead into our next little environment here, where you're going to give us a little astrological prediction wrap up.
Yes,
world, right?
I am, and I have great things, astrologically right now. I've had a lot of movement recently. My favorite thing right now is Saturn just moved into Aries, and it hasn't been there since February 1996.
Oh,
So I
wow.
don't know if you remember February 1996. It stayed there till 1999. And Saturn is a slower moving, but it's not as quick as Venus and Mars. It is a little bit, it takes a little bit of time, it runs through a sign, it takes a little time. So right now the sun is in Gemini, which is great, nice and bright. You know, we're all thinking, using our brains. I love Gemini. Gemini is a great sign. The moon right now is in Cancer, and it's about to go, it will go void course probably tomorrow morning around 7 till about 10 o'clock at night, and then it will switch over to Leo. So if you're signing something, if you've got papers that you need to do, don't do it tomorrow. Do it today or wait till Saturday. Don't do it tomorrow, because it's going to be in California. It's going to be all day.
And that being Friday, just in case
Friday,
watch
yeah,
this a little bit later.
right. So whenever you sign something, it doesn't always go through. It's a weird time, that void force. Now, but it will go into Leo pretty quick. And then we have Mercury's 8 degrees Gemini. So that Mercury is at its home place. It loves Gemini. It rules Gemini. So Mercury is all about communications, how we, respond to certain things, our phones or our cars or whatever rules, whatever communications we have. It's in Gemini. So Gemini is really sharp. It's the Gemini is the thinker of the zodiac. So it's very sharp. So we get these ideas in our head that are really, really sharp, and that's good. Venus right now is 22 degrees in Aries. And wherever you have 22 degrees in your chart is where it's affecting you, unless you are, if you have it in, if it's in your sun or whatever, it would do that. But Venus is about love and how we approach love and beautiful things. And, Libras and Taurus are ruled by Venus. Mars right now is 19 degrees Leo. So it's going to be conjunct the moon on Saturday. And that could be rather powerful to the powerful emotions, things that you want, things that you feel. I actually feel like last weekend was very Mars-like. I know so many people that had some stuff going on. It was like Mars, that Mars is our aggression. I call it the testosterone of the zodiac, because that's where we get our power. That's how we express ourselves when we're annoyed. And Mars is all about that. Mars rules men, of course, and Venus rules women, but not in the sense you think. Venus was retro for a while, but it has come out of that, and everything's back to where it's supposed to be. This week, everything seems to be better. Only one planet is retrograde right now, and that's Pluto, and it's going to be there till October. It's going to stay retrograde. Jupiter stays in a sign for a whole year, and it's been in Gemini this whole year, and it's going to be moving on July 9th. So you'll notice some things changing, and wherever you have Jupiter in your chart. I have it in my first house, I believe, or on my sun. I can't remember. I have it on my sun. It will be interesting. I might gain weight.
Oh, no. Now, how can the stars, I may be a little bit of a naysayer for all those out there, but, how in the world do the stars make you gain weight? We got enough problems.
But you know what? So what if I do? Okay. So right now Saturn is
wait before you go on, what's the skinny moon?
The skin moon?
Skinny moon. Which one makes you lose weight? What do we got to look forward to?
But what it is that where it is in your chart.
Gotcha.
So if you have somebody told me this, and I've never read it before, but she told me this. If you have Jupiter and the sun together, like in your second house, that could be, make you a little chubby. Also, Taurus can do that. So I'm trying to think what would the skinnier one be? Would probably be Aquarius.
Oh, nice.
Because that's fast moving.
Yeah, we're all over the place.
That's okay. Go. So I would say that would be it. But Saturn, I'm excited about Saturn. I'm really excited because Saturn has been in Pisces, which is in my 12th house. I don't know where it is in your chart, but I want to say it's probably in your 12th house. Well, you've got an Aquarius rising, I think. No,
Yeah.
you are Aquarius.
I am an Aquarius, yes.
So I don't know where you've got it, but Saturn brings something to you. So when it was in this place, it hasn't been here in this position since 1996.
Mhm.
So when it moved into this position in 1996, I studied real estate and got my real estate license. And that was a really good career for me until the market went to that thing. And so I'm not as active as I once was, but I still have my license. And I'm really excited because I'm writing a book and I'm doing something new again. And I'm hoping that Saturn helps me through this because Saturn going through the Pisces trend, that transit was really hard on me, very hard. So I'm hoping this Aries, I have an Aries moon. I'm hoping that it's better. So time will tell.
Well, do we have a title of this book that we can look forward to?
It's going to be my working title is Live from the Heart.
Okay.
Yeah, Live from the Heart.
A little self-titled environment. I like it.
Yes, and it will probably be available at the end of June.
Nice.
Beginning of July. And I just took care of everything yesterday. I've been writing.
I like it. Is there a way for people to get on a little waiting list should they want to be alerted that
they can reach out to me, always message me. I would love to hear from anybody. I would love to hear from you about what I do. I don't want no scammers. Stay away. Scammers, I will put a spell on you so fast you won't know what hit you. Okay?
Great.
No scammers. Real people that are really interested in what I do and what's going on here.
No whammies.
So no, none of that. Just reach out to me. You can send me a message through this channel, or you can message me on Facebook or Instagram at Ann Roman Psychic Medium. Anyway, so we have another movement coming up, and that's Uranus. Uranus is at 27 degrees right now. Taurus, and that's not a bad place. Uranus is all about fast moving and things go real fast. So you can have sudden changes. If you start a relationship when you've got a heavy Uranus time going on, that will end as fast as it started. So you have to be careful around those times. But Uranus will move into Gemini come July 7th. So we're at the tail end of this trend. And I want to say it's been here since 2019. So it's been here for a while. And look at how the things you've gone through since 2019 to see how how it affected you. And that will be going now. So Gemini is a good place because Gemini is brain, thinking, expansion, talking, communications. This is a good thing, I feel. So things could happen quickly for you depending on where you have it in your chart. It could happen quickly for you using that Uranus energy.
Now, if somebody wanted you to do their chart, is there a way for them? Should they just reach into you or?
Reach out to me. Be happy to look at your chart, but I'm a student of astrology. I'm not going to tell you about those bizarre things. And I know they exist. I know how to look at a chart and explain it to you. I used to teach a class and I called it Astrology 101, counterclockwise in a clockwise world. Because that's what it is. Most people don't understand astrology at all. It's not predictory. It's not a psychic thing. It is oppositions and opportunities and what's coming up. So it's just how you use those planets and how you can help yourself with those planets is pretty much what astrology is about. It's interesting with relationships. There are no bad signs. There are no better signs.
No, I think I dated a few.
Every sign has got its attributes and downfalls. They're all good signs. But it's very integrated. It's, a lot of people don't understand that, your first few signs in astrology on your chart, you inherit those from family members. That comes to you from your family. So that's why we see trends like a lot of Virgos in the family, or, like that. You see a lot of signs. You see a lot of.
There's half us grandkids that were born in February, so
yeah, there you go.
Back 10 months to see what was going on, and I asked my grandpa, and he's like, "Honey, it was bikini season. All the new bikinis came out. You couldn't help yourself."
I love that. That's great. I love it.
Right?
So Uranus is going to move, and that's a good thing. Neptune is just 1 degree Aries. It just went into Aries a short while ago. I believe right around the end of April or the beginning. I can't remember. It escapes me at the moment. That would be radiation brain. Just so you know, just forward to it.
Well, I'm hoping to avoid all that.
So Neptune is about our dreams, it's illusions and delusions and dreams and things that we hope for. It's our hopes and wishes. And it stays in the same sign for quite a while. I believe that it went into, we're in Aries now. It was in Pisces. I think it went there around 2012. It's really a slow moving planet, but it helps us understand about ourselves and the dreams that we want and our hopes and wishes. It rules the 12th house, where I think there's prison is there. It's ruled by King Neptune. And, he's the god of the sea. And it's a beautiful sign, beautiful planet. Yeah. I love you got the two. I love it. But anyway,
yeah. I did that slyly while you were doing your informational. I'm like, that Rosie the River thing was backwards anyway. So this represents the two tatas.
Oh, there you go. Two tatas. There you go. So I love the two tatas.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to go retro October 22nd through January 26th. So when that happens, we see the realities of things that we want to happen, or our dreams. Things don't always come out the same way. Illnesses can happen, things can happen, but I don't think it's going to be difficult. It's in Aries. I just don't feel like it's going to be anything super bad compared to what this year has been like astrologically.
Man,
it's been a real bear. Then lastly, we've got Pluto 3 degrees retro right now in Aquarius. When it's finished with this retro period, I think it's going to go direct, I want to say in October. Hang on, I wrote it down. Yeah, I want to say that it goes direct in October. And it will be at 1 degree Aquarius again, and then it will take some time to move up. And Pluto is the god of death, and when it's on you, it. Nothing goes right. Nothing. You can't get a lot done. He really wants you to know something, and you got to pay attention when Pluto's on you. If you have any questions about that, reach out to me. I hope this little explanation helps, and if you have any questions, let me know. You can always find me. You can always reach me. If you want to send me an email, that's annroman22@me.com. And that's ANNROMAN @me.com.
Wait, you said 22 before. So which one is it?
Oh, AnnRoman22. That's a 22. Two little ducks.
AnnRoman22 @me.com.
@me.com.
All righty.
there you have
Well,
it.
I think that's a great way to just kind of wrap it up and have
Yes,
everybody look forward to the next one. Send in your thoughts on a subject matter and we can definitely touch base on that. But until
yes.
then, a
I
little
just also want
TaTa
to say,
Tuesday just for you.
yeah, we'll do definitely. We're going to get through this together and with you helping us. I
Absolutely.
just want to say, if you have any questions, if you ever have a psychic question, you can always reach out. I'm going to do a promo for summer solstice, which is coming up in 3 weeks. I'm going to have a promo. Well, I'll let you know about it later. But you're going to have to stay tuned for that. And please like and subscribe and share with your friends. We really like it. We're very happy that you came to see us today. Take
Ciao for
care.
now.
All right. Cheers.